you, Adam. Don't you fucking try and fool us.
That was an impressive cold open. Neat.
Nice.
So yeah, you're in a big cabin. There's a tower. There's lots of pieces of paper. I think there are probably multiple branches of the thing of the caves off from here. I think you can see what looks like some greenery through one of them off in one direction, and in another you can hear and from another there's the smell of fire, like wood smoke. But your friend has gone into, friend of mortals has gone into the tower itself.
Ash, just for clarity's sake, is it a keep or a tower? Because I feel like the semantic distinction is relevant.
I would agree.
In terms of how ominous this is.
It's a tower. I was trying not to say it.
Okay, cool. It's good to know. Good to know. Everyone have fun. I'm dead, so
So we all look and we feel the sense of,
Its shadow falls over you and you're like, oh!
There are towers in the real world, right?
Yeah, but I think people probably always feel a bit when they see them.
Tower?
Yeah, exactly. It's like how there are crows in the real world.
Yeah, right. People always feel a bit
and how there are hotels that have a 13th floor on them. Yeah,
Exactly.
people live in them, but they're like, well, it's a bit spooky.
So?
Yeah. So we all when we come in here.
I feel like no one actually lives in towers. Like any building that is architecturally defined as a tower that people live in is euphemistically referred to as a keep or as something else. Because it's like the 13th floor thing where you don't label the 13th floor, that's just floor 14 and you just skip that one. Mm-hmm. It's never called a tower if people live in it, because that would be very bad luck.
This is a multi-story tenement.
Exactly, it's just a very tall house. Okay, but this is a tower, and we need to go up to it via a careful route that doesn't involve touching or reading papers. I'm going to try to do that.
So you can get, underneath it. But my question is, how are you going to get up the 40 feet?
Yeah.
Can't go over it, can't go under it.
And there are no other visible holes or entrances or anything.
You could try and climb up the wall to its base.
But there's paper on that wall.
Jump 40 feet in the air.
Legit.
Do you have a rope?
And then throw down something. There might be a rope in there.
Oh, actually, and I pull out of my pack a good 50 feet of rope.
Oh.
Is it a hemp rope or a silk rope?
It's spider spun silk, actually.
Oh, great, yeah, perfect.
God, that would be impressively strong.
Yeah. So yeah, you want to just jump straight 40 feet in the air?
Yeah, I'm just gonna coil myself up like a spring, and I'm gonna leap up into the air.
Seems legit. I mean, it's either that or you throw one of us.
Yeah, that's a better idea. I could throw Iago.
He's very small.
He's like the stone, when you do the trick with the rope and then you tie a stone to it and then you chuck it in, go over something.
He's the rock.
Iago is the stone. Yeah.
Yeah. So I grab Iago.
Hey, what are we doing?
And Iago just pulled out this rope.
Consent first, please, and afterwards.
Yes. I'm going to throw you onto the tower. Don't worry, I'll catch you if you fall.
I feel like there's probably a metaphor about this, but toss me.
Yeah. So I pick up Iago and then I coil myself up, and then I spring into the air, and then when I'm sprung into the air, I throw Iago.
Nobody tosses a Mogwai!
Roll that body roll.
Nine.
Cool. Excellent. Yeah, so I think
I would like to make
would you like to do a
ghost
thing
happen.
Yeah.
I would like to make a weird ghost thing happen. Well, actually, in terms of the aesthetic, okay, I'm gonna make the roll and then I will like aesthetically intervene, right? Like, because like I don't know how you're gonna rate the mixed success yet.
Yeah, I just want to know what your ghost action is.
My ghost action is to bump a player's roll up one step.
Yep.
So I'm gonna make this more successful, but I haven't decided exactly what that looks like yet.
Yes.
I'm amazing.
You're a very good ghost.
Yep.
So here's what this looks like, and I'm gonna like
make him a ghost earlier.
I'm gonna flavor what this looks like somewhat like another thing that is on my list, but like mechanically what is going on is I'm giving a 10+ here, which is that like Iago goes up and like the rope several loops of the rope like get loose, and for a moment it looks like Iago's missed the window, but the rope just like moves in this gentle breeze of like these blinding white feathers and like hooks onto something, so the Iago is then like able to like climb up and get safely in.
Cool. So Nephthys, you land and you see Iago like climb up into the window, and Iago, I think, inside there is a little old Mogwai sat at a chair on the wall floor, and you kind of tumble and like you feel this weird shift as like now the floor is actually the floor, at which point the Mogwai he finishes writing a thing and tosses it out one of the windows, and then looks up and is like, ah! And like immediately just runs at you, like just like throws his chair aside and charges you.
Okay.
I would like to do a thing.
Okay.
I want to make life a bit easier for Iago.
Okay.
Because he is a good boy, even if he did let me die. And this is a yin thing. Ooh, spooky. Which is, I'm going to impel someone to hold back and wait quietly.
Yeah, right. So
so like he goes to do the thing, and then these like ash black feathers like sinks into his back.
Yeah.
And the weird veining effect happens. He just like slows down.
Yeah, exactly.
Some Matrix shit.
Yeah, so he looks like he's running through like goo.
Honored old one, old scales. Please give me a chance to explain before you try to inflict harm upon me.
Cool. Roll hard.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah. So I think he like realizes that you're speaking, but doesn't seem to understand the specifics of what you're saying. But he's like stops and like turns his head like dogs do when they're like trying to work something out. Like cocks his head.
Who is this other dog in the mirror?
Yeah. What is that sound? It's not a sound I've heard before. Yeah, so he like cocks his head as if he's trying to listen and understand you, but like your words aren't making any sense.
Mogwai.
Pardon?
I'm speaking in Mogwai.
He doesn't seem to be understanding.
Okay.
He like you can see he's like switched into approaching, but with like approaching to like within a reasonable talking distance, but has like a knife between the two of you.
Okay, I'm going to switch back to common. Honored old one, do you not speak the tongue of our people?
Yeah, he still is like, what? Like, yeah, like he doesn't, and I think he says something in a language you don't understand. It seems confused, as if you're being annoying or frustrating.
Is this the language of heaven?
Yes, basically.
Yeah, cool.
Okay.
So Raindrop can understand him because in order to do magic, you gotta be able to speak tower. Fountain,
yeah, it's the language of heaven / the fountain / those sorts of things.
Okay.
Celestial bullshit.
So like I've got the like rope kind of like wrapped around my hand, like that's how I was holding it. So it's like when I let go, it doesn't just unfurl out the window.
Right.
So I was gonna put my hands up, like kind of just keeping a light grip on it.
Yeah.
That way, in case you all of a sudden do feel pressure, I can
go down the rope.
Not be tugged.
Yeah. Like let them know, like, hey, no, don't start climbing up just yet. But I'm just like putting my hands up, like I'm not armed. I'm not here to hurt you. Kind of.
Yeah. I think he like shouts something at you as in like make sense or something like that, like frustration.
Mm-hmm.
And then like he looks he looks around as if there's like potential danger.
When I like have that quick look at the paper, could I read it?
Can you read like magic language?
No,
yeah, you could just tell that it was written because it was by a Mogwai because of like the smallness and the like way it was written.
Okay. It's similar to how I write with like my claws and having to hold the quill.
Yep.
Can you like mime?
Yeah. I'm gonna like gesture to the rope and like look around to see if there's like something I can tie it onto.
Yeah, there's like a big like sconce on the wall, which has like candles burning in it.
Okay. I'm just gonna like slowly move to tie the rope onto the sconce.
Yeah.
Like one.
I think he does. Yeah, he's like looking at you, and then he's like, he says something and like gestures like this, like something to his, like big head,
a hat.
Yeah, he's like and like looking around, like as if that might be around and it's dangerous.
I do the same thing and like shake my head, like big hat, no.
It's like, you see him like be like not 100% sure, and so he goes over and he like puts the knife down on the table, and then goes and starts like looking out the different windows and like.
Okay, when he's got his back turned, I immediately like tie like the tightest knot I can on this sconce.
Yeah.
And like give it like two tugs, like it's secure for them.
Cool. Out of another window, I think the people on the ground see Friend of Mortals like stick his head out and be like, "What are you doing down there? Hurry up!" And then like put his head back in. I think he doesn't not even throw a window. He just doesn't throw a wall, right? Like, yeah. And he's like, this door won't stay open for long. And then I think you see the like other Mogwai. I think you see like his face and then like Iago's face and then the other Mogwai like.
And then the window, like.
Yeah. And so like you see each of them in turn.
And we can see that there's a rope.
Yep, the rope is hung down sideways out the tower.
All right. I think I say to Nephthys, maybe I should go first, and if I fall, will you catch me?
Of course.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry. Of course.
All right. I'm gonna try and climb this rope. And do you want me to roll for that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Buddy.
Oh, I did bad. Wait. No, I don't think there's much I can do about that. Okay.
How bad? How bad is bad?
Is a 4.
How? does Raindrop have a meaningful ability to assess this anymore? Ash, to the extent that you think a ghost is able to assess this question, how dangerous does this fall look to a thing that is made of meat? Like, I feel like Raindrop is beginning to lose a little bit of perspective, but like...
Yeah. From a ghost's perspective, it wouldn't explode into, like, meat chunks.
Yeah, I mean, so I feel like the meaningful distinction for ghosts, like the like tiering system is, will it make them a ghost or not? Right, like that's the scale. Either it is less serious than lethal or more serious than lethal, and there's no gradation.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so like which side of that do I feel like it sits on?
It's not going to make this person a ghost.
Sunan gotta be killed. Sunan can fall on their ass for all I care. Fuck it.
Yep.
Yep.
So yeah,
I could help, but I'm not going to.
So I'm trying to work out, because there's a couple of things I can do here, and I'm trying to work out how evil I want to be.
The shadow.
Magic paper landmine. Magic paper landmine.
Yeah. Okay. You fall, and Nephthys needs to try and catch you, and I'm not going to say that the rope breaks.
Great.
This time.
Body?
Body, yep.
14.
Very nice. Excellent work. Yeah.
Monk is good at body stuff.
So yeah, you grab the
Yeah. So this is what Nephthys does. Is she like leaps up into the air, like catches you midair, and then like lands back down.
Iago, you did hear a horrible creak from that sconce, though.
Okay. I put Sinan down, and I say, I'll go up first, then you tie the rope around your waist, and I'll pull you up. Across,
I nod and look like a little bit.
over there.
Yeah. Like I nod and like I look a little bit annoyed with myself for fucking it up so badly.
Mm-hmm.
This week on Court of Swords, the characters solve a physics problem.
So while this is happening, Iago, your friend the Mogwai, has fetched out of a trunk what looks like a bear trap. And that
So we've seen Mogwai use bear traps before, actually.
yeah. This one is like painted in like iridescent colors. And you can see like where the paint's chipped off and things from it like being triggered. And he goes and he opens the like door for the internal wall in this room, and like there's a stairwell in there, and he's spending his time very carefully setting this bear trap like on the step, so that if you go past this floor, you know, and you
or if you
rush or something,
I don't know, come up from another floor.
Who knows? But yeah, he sets this. He's setting a bear trap.
Yep. While he's doing this, I'm just gonna quietly walk over to the desk and palm that knife.
Yeah, nice. Well done. Cool. Nephthys, do you want to climb a rope?
And then walk away from the desk so I'm not right next to it because he's around.
Yeah.
I will climb the rope.
Nephthys!
Do not climb the rope.
No, you do not. Cool. Yeah.
Why are we so bad at rope? The rope.
I was perfectly fine with the rope.
True. Yeah.
Does anyone want to spend anything?
I'm gonna.
I'm gonna do an indirect helping thing.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Ash, was stealing that knife a yang thing? Was that following their desires?
I don't think that's enough. I don't think that's far enough either way. Like, it's both following their desires and being practical.
Logical.
And pursuing necessity. Yeah, that's legit. Yeah, I'm gonna do a thing. Which is a yin thing, so I'm not very good at it right now. Okay, I'm all out of yin.
I'm all out of yin.
That's fine. It just means I'm rolling +0 if I try and do any other yin stuff. So what happens is
I don't think you can. I don't think you can roll once you're in negative. I think.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
So
then.
I'm down to +0. So I got one more roll potentially, depending. Anyway.
Yeah.
Here is what happens, Ash. And this is me like presaging the thing that I suspect that you are about to do. I am going to cause an inanimate object to not move. Well, and the inanimate object is the rope.
Oh, okay.
So like, whatever happens with the sconce, the rope just like hangs there, like in exactly the position it's in.
Yes.
Unable to move.
Excellent. Great.
How about a rope?
Yeah, the inertia factor of the rope has just like exponentially multiplied.
Yeah. So, Nephthys, you make it, but as you do, you feel something. You feel the weight on your back become lighter as something slips away.
Oh no!
Do I catch it from underneath?
Do you want to roll
where I'm
to see if you
standing?
Do you catch it in the face? Oh.
I mean, maybe that too. Yes, I will try to catch whatever.
Probably
thing
be
is.
actually better than it just smashing into the...
Roll a prowess resist. On the plus side, we did fictionally establish that it doesn't.
It hits me in the face.
We did establish it doesn't break when it falls from high places. Last episode, we did establish that. We didn't establish that about Sunan, unfortunately.
I get something to the face. I'm like,
I mean, like a wound.
yep.
You're the only one. That's how I don't need to.
Improvised weapons are...
That sounds at least as dangerous as being hit in the face by a mace.
Oh, good point. Yeah, too. Thanks, Luke.
So I'm something getting to show. Yeah, fair.
You're bleeding from the nose.
Cool. So yeah, you get hit by this thing, and you fall backwards, and you just hear something crinkle underneath you as you fall.
Wow, you went real bad.
Oh wow.
Nephthys, you're in the room with the Mogwai. The Mogwai turns around, sees you, and freaks the fuck out.
Does he run back over his own bear trap?
I mean, I have to roll for that.
Roll the die of fate.
High is bear trap time.
No.
No, he does not. He scrambles around looking for his knife.
But he can't find it.
He's yelling in his weird little language.
Yeah, Ash, what has he been saying this whole time?
Oh, because you speak it.
Yeah, because I can understand. I am fluent in Fountainese.
Yes,
and as an expertly trained, brilliant wizard.
Yeah, he's pretty sure that you are like working for he was trying to establish if you were working for Dancer, and now he thinks that now he's like, yeah, Dancer is that, and now he's worried that Dancer might be around and following you, because there's no way you'd be.
And now he's frightened about a big snake.
Well, he's pretty sure that the snake works for Dancer.
And
right?
Just like because context clues are important. Is there anything about the head region or the forehead or the headgear or the hair of the bad, no good child groveling friend?
The one with the huge
indicates a kind of
the giant upward
head. No. Okay.
Yes.
Great. So awesome. Nephthys looks at Iago and says, "Trouble?"
Old crazy scales. doesn't speak Common or Mogwai. Doesn't seem too dangerous.
He's kind of freaking out.
I mean, I don't know what he's saying.
I'd like to do a thing. I have so many weird new things I could do that sometimes it's difficult to remember them.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Adam and I were talking about the fact that like one of the tricky things about the ghost moves is that they don't have a specific, like a really obvious fictional trigger.
Yeah, exactly, right? Like it's just I have to be like, could this be which of my like 12 things could be helpful? It's like a very different toolbox. I'm gonna do a yang thing. And I'm good at it because I was a fire sign in life. And so, like, we see, again, one of these, like, pearly, white, glowing feathers just, like, wafts down and sinks into the side of the old Mogwai's head. And, like, while he's looking at the two of them, and the concept I would like to honestly communicate to him is not dancer.
Cool, right, yeah. Yeah, and he goes and, like, slumps in the corner and is like...
Oh, and Ash, just because I'm curious... From the wording of that ability, the creature like senses that it is true at a fundamental level. Like, is the honestly part about my intention, or is it about?
It's about your intention.
Okay, and they don't necessarily receive that. Yep, cool.
Yeah, they can't tell the difference. Like there's that like from the receiving end, there's not much difference between the communicate and the deceive move.
Yep.
Right.
It's just about me and my feelings.
Yeah. Well, and to a certain degree, fundamental truth, right?
Yeah, no,
what
totally.
is literally actually true in the world.
Yeah, we are not dancer.
Yeah,
that is true.
Yeah.
Observe.
We might even be human.
I mean, no member of the party is human. In fact,
sorry, everyone's gone. Everyone's out. Oh gosh, fair.
Good job, Ash. You did it.
It was so bad because as soon as you said you're not a dancer, I was like, don't do it.
It's okay. For some reason, seeing Santa's reindeer, like that's been like going through my head. I don't know why.
Yes,
yeah, right. There's Dancer. When's Prancer gonna show up?
Prancer or
Donna Blitzen.
Vixen or...
Do you know?
We know that they're all female, which is cool. I always used to think of them like they always used to like be voiced by like dudes in cartoons. And now I'm like,
Chat was not amused by that.
yeah, chat's not. Yeah. Anyway, you communicated to this fellow, and he's kind of trying to calm himself down post-panic attack.
No one can see me, but I settle my ghostly feather, and he can't feel it either. Yeah. But like Rainbow, the ghost of Rainbow gives him like a big wing hug.
Great.
Because Raindrop has wings now.
I'm gonna look out the window and see what Sunan is doing. Are they
I
tying
am
like
transforming into a shark.
I'm like trying to stop my nose from bleeding.
Yeah.
And like awkwardly holding what I assume, just by the fact that we never actually said it, is the glass.
But yeah, the hookah.
I mean, what else was it going to?
It could have been the book.
True.
So yeah, I'm like holding it awkwardly under one arm and like trying to stop my nose.
Yeah. So yeah, and underneath you, there under your back.
And you can see probably under me, I have like stepped on.
Yeah, and I think you can probably see like the corner of it, and there are like runes lit up.
But I think I haven't noticed. I think I'm too busy like trying to stop my nose from bleeding.
You're gonna turn into a snake. You're gonna be Rex from Nebula Jazz's crossover episode.
Cool. I'm cool with that. That seems good.
I think Luke, Ghost Luke, you can probably read that these runes because you can kind of move at speed of thought.
Yeah, I'm a ghost now.
Exactly. You can probably read that these runes are like, when let out of my box. Like it's a rune for like Jack in a box.
So I get the impression that when the pressure is removed, a spooky thing is going to happen.
Who knows? That's what Jack in a box is the rune.
Yeah, because we have
or
a
like
specific rune
like
for
the the same rune could mean like can full of snakes, right? Like
it's
like barrel full of monkeys.
I'd also just like to establish it's not only, I mean, yes, Raindrop can now move at the speed of thought, but actually it's more that Raindrop's size is now conceptually variable.
Yeah, right.
And if they are occupying the entire cavern, then
yeah,
it's a combination of the function of those two things. I'm gonna try.
Also, Raindrop's size now move at the speed of thought as well.
Thank you, Todd. And do I get the impression that like the spell is like about to go off?
I mean, it's currently not doing anything. It has changed from its original form, though.
Yeah, right. So it's like it is like primed, as it were.
That would be a reasonable assumption.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can see this from the window, right? Yeah, so I like put a hand out the window, and I'm like, Sunam, don't panic.
I look up. I look concerned at you.
Oh, okay. I know what I'm gonna do.
A magical trap under your back. Don't move. Just stay for a moment. And then she goes over to like grab the Mogwai.
Yep. I just stay there, holding onto my nose.
I mean, the Mogwai is like confused and tries to resist, but I don't think it's enough to.
I don't think it's meaningful.
Yeah, it's not enough to require a roll.
I like pick him up by like the back of his shirt, and carry him to the window, and like put his head out, and then like point at Sunan.
Ash, what does he say?
Yeah, he says, these ones not dancer. That one, probably not dancer. And then looks down and is like, very bad.
Yeah, and then I like pull his head back and then look at him with my snake eyes, and I'm like,
and cast suggestion.
I was gonna save that for later.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
I'm like, what do?
Interrogative.
Yeah, and like I think he understands what you're asking. Yeah, and he like gestures like a I don't know, and then is like points to himself, and then points to the table and mimics writing, and then mimics like throwing it out the window, and then points to himself, and then points to the table, and then mimics writing, and then indicates throwing it out another window.
Mm-hmm.
And I think in I think in a language that only Raindrop understands, which is hilarious, he says, "Traps, catch my soul somewhere here. Traps."
Catch my soul.
He's like, yeah.
He's lost his soul.
That's what he's saying. This is right.
Okay. So, I'm gonna like I've had the knife like up my sleeve, obviously. So
Actually, like, sorry, give me a second, Luke.
Yep.
Now that you've heard that, he's all Hun.
Yeah.
He's all Hun.
Yeah. So he should also be going.
There's something wrong with him.
Is...
No, is Hun the body or is Poe the body?
Han is the upper soul. Poe is the body.
Okay, so he's all Poe then.
He's all Poe. Yeah, right.
And you can see he's moving quite mechanically. He's got like
yeah, he's running on autopilot.
He has a practical skill that he can use to solve his problem. So he's just doing that.
He's Ramus Krill.
But yeah, that
there's no soul left.
At the same time, you're a ghost, so
could possess him.
I could possess. That is true. That. Yeah, I mean, you were thinking of the other thing that I was also thinking of, where I was like, I could go find his soul and put it back in him. But like, I could also just possess him. It's true, and Sudan kind of is in immediate danger. So actually, you know, I think that is what I am going to do. I think, yeah, there's just like this torrent of like white feathers like pours down and like sinks into his back. Yeah, and Ash, what are the consequences if I fail to possess him?
You'll kill him.
Great.
And you will need to
Are you not being very helpful right now?
On a 7 to 9, you're going to reset both your pools, but still do it.
Just back to like 2 and 2?
No, to 0-0.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Because this is a fucking hard thing to do, especially because he's not a Kenku.
He's not a Garuda. Yeah.
He's not a Garuda, so it makes it even harder. So.
Yeah, that's legit.
But you get to add both your pools to this roll.
Alas, my yin pool is currently empty.
Okay.
Unless. Are they in this moment either of? Because I think both of these are possibly valid. Are they either like seeking logic and like trying to solve this problem with logic, or are they pursuing necessity?
Yeah, Nephthys is. Yeah, but Nephthys is too. But like Nephthys is also emotionally motivated right now, right? Like it's in the middle.
Yeah, what I was about to do was very emotionally motivated.
Are they pursuing necessity?
I mean,
I don't think any more than like any other action.
Alright, cool, fair.
Alright, you do it.
Cool.
You feel like exhausted. Like as soon as you're in the body, you're like, oh, that's right. Bodies have to breathe and be tired.
Bodies are heavy. Ugh.
Yeah. So
bodies are weird.
Both your
bodies are
0,
weird.
And yeah, you're like, ugh. And I think like there's this weird thing where we're like out of the corner of the eye of your eye, for everyone else. That Mogwai seems to be Garuda shaped in that they seem to have like.
Well, no, it's not even that. I think like very, very slowly, like feathers, like the very tips of white pinion feathers, like starting to like push out of his skin.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah. Okay. So I'm in a body. I take like a moment to like. Okay. Lungs. His Okay. I'm like delegating a bunch. Like because to my mind, it's like Raindrop like just seizes global control of the body and then starts selectively handing things back over to the Poe.
Yeah.
And it's like, heartbeat, you can take care of that.
Yeah.
Breathing, you can take care of that too. Blinking, don't care about it. Hands off a bunch of autonomic bodily functions. Okay, now I've just got the necessaries. I can start piloting this thing.
I love this because I love that it gives a weird context for like why possessed bodies would look so weird. I like the idea that it's like an economy thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. At this point, Ash, I'm gonna ask you a question because I, as a Garuda, don't have a lot of strong feelings about it. Is the reason that Garuda can't talk for themselves like a spiritual thing, or is it like a bodily?
It's a Poe.
Like, or is it? It's a Poe thing.
You can only speak in Celestial. Currently.
I mean, can I be like my Hun knows other languages? Like my hand knows all the words that I knew in life.
But the forming of words is a subconscious...
I would argue that I have spoken to ghosts before, and they speak languages I understand.
Yeah, because they're not using a mouth. I will let you use...
I also think, like, I would argue within the, like, definitional... Like, within the conceptual definition of what Hun and Po are, like, higher thought is a Hun thing. Knowledge is a Hun thing. Memory is a Hun thing. Like, all the things that...
So you might not be able to speak it, but you could write.
Yes, I think that's doable.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I'm gonna... so I'm gonna go over to the table.
He has writing as a skill, right?
Yeah, and I
he
have...
has speaking, like, making the sounds of celestial.
Got like a B3 right.
Yeah, like...
And you've got, like a B3 common.
Yeah.
Excuse you, all of my skills are grey shade now because I'm a ghost.
Yeah.
You just need to make a link test.
Yeah, the thing is that the thing is just that you are used to having a beak, and he is used to using a mouth to speak celestial.
That's true. Yeah.
So that's there's too much jarring there, but you could write.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, I like go back over to the desk. I pick up a pen.
You're held right now. You're held right now.
Oh God, I am.
So, Iago.
Okay, Ash, can I use the mouth to make noises?
Yes.
I make the noise of an angry, the very recognizable and characteristic noise of an angry tea kettle.
That brings up the knife even faster.
And all of the mannerisms are back, right? Of like the arms are just like waving around.
It sounds like you're rolling hard, but with like your old heart.
I am my old heart.
Your old heart.
My old heart.
It's not your heart. It's another person's heart.
It's another person's heart. I'm gonna roll with my heart to solve this problem. How did I do?
Done.
I can't tell.
11 of cups.
I'm so full of feeling. Yeah, so I think like they're like the movements all become very right, like cocking of head and like very characteristically like raindrop, but like nothing is catching on until like they hold up one hand and like make sure that you are looking at it and then concentrate really, really hard, and like a white pinion feather just like grows out of the skin, and they're like.
So I like flip the knife around so I've got like the butt of it and I like mime writing at you. Neftis.
Yeah, and Neftis is like holding the back of your head. She's like squinting at you, and
I
like,
wave.
She like flicks her tongue and like licks your face. And it's like bird.
And I think at this point I just like squirm out of the shirt because I get impatient. And I just like, again, in that very characteristic like pitter-patter like bird feet type motion, like go over to the desk and just like take a pen down and start like at incredibly rapid speed like writing, and then like take it and present it to Neftis, because I know, well, actually no, I make 2 copies and I present one of them to each of you because I know that Iago can read now. And Iago's is deliberately like simpler characters and like written bigger on the page.
With little pictures.
Yeah, and it's like character for like, you know, like it's the one Hanzi and then the Rain Hanzi and then the Hanzi for Sunan's name and then the Hanzi for danger and then the Hanzi for like and then like lower me down with paper and pen. I just like cock my head.
Oh.
That's all you do.
Okay. Okay. So Neftis pulls the rope up.
Does it move?
It does.
I mean, I'm all out of him, so I can't hold that shit up with anyone.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll tie it around Nega Raindrop.
Raindrop in body of Mogwai like taps you on the nose and points over at the sconce.
Yeah, that sconce probably isn't gonna hold much longer.
There's like the candles in it are like tipped askew, and like dripping wax everywhere.
They just want to make sure that you know, okay? Like they just want to make sure you're aware.
Yeah, like I untie it from the sconce and then like tie it around my forearm.
Yeah. And they nod. And give you it's a human. It's like a humanoid shaped face doing an impression of a bird smile.
Yeah.
So it looks really like gross and awful, because like human faces have a way they are meant to smile, and it's not the way birds do.
It's not even a human face.
It's a Mogwai face.
It's like it's human-like, right? Like the basic like anatomy of it is more human than a bird face.
Yeah. Yeah, it's confusing because like the smile like doesn't get anywhere near their mouth.
Yeah, it's just the eye. It's the bird eye smile thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then Raindrop prepares to go and fly, and looks at Nephthys expectantly, like, "Come on, let's go."
Yeah. So I'd like start lowering.
Yeah.
Raindrop
cool.
towards the ground.
Yep. Can you roll body for that?
Yeah. You have 12.
Excellent, well done. So yeah, there is an old Mogwai being lowered down towards you, Sinan. It's waving at you manically.
Yeah, I
It's holding
still.
like a quill and a piece of parchment.
I think there's like a bundle of paper in the mouth, and just the quill.
Yep, I stay still. I mean, I have no reason, like, even if it is the Mogwai from the tower, I have no reason to think that it's...
I think Raindrop possessed the Mogwai.
Yeah, so
the waving arm is the one with the feather.
I'm a little concerned.
And it like stops long enough that you can see the feather.
Yeah, so I just like, my eyes kind of go a bit wide, but I just stay really still.
From the hallway, from the like, the behind the door that has the steps behind it, you hear the sound of Friend of Mortals, saying, "What is keeping you so long? This door is about to close," and then just like clank and just shouting in pain and like swearing.
Good.
And I think that's where we go to break.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be back in a minute, Chad.